Well, Volodymyr Zelensky's attendance at the G7 summit in Italy is being credited with Ukraine receiving a major financial boost to fight Russia's war on several fronts. On the sidelines of the talks, the Ukrainian president and his US counterpart Joe Biden struck a new bilateral security agreement worth $15 billion. That includes the US helping Ukraine for another 10 years.
Our goal is to strengthen Ukraine's credible defense and deterrence capabilities for the long term. A lasting peace for Ukraine must be underwritten by Ukraine's own ability to defend itself now and to deter future aggression anytime in the future. The United States is going to help ensure that Ukraine can do both, not by sending American troops to fight in Ukraine, but by providing weapons and ammunition.
The agreement includes US shipments of F-16 fighter jets, something Ukraine has long been after. There will also be greater intelligence sharing and assistance for Ukraine to develop its armed forces in line with NATO standards. The two leaders have described the security deal as a precursor to Ukraine joining NATO.
The issue of NATO is covered through the text of the agreement. It states that America supports Ukraine's future membership in NATO and recognizes that our security agreement is a bridge to Ukraine's membership in NATO.
Leaders of the group of 7 major democracies have agreed to parachute more support to Ukraine. They've signed a deal to provide Kyiv with about $75 billion worth of loans. They'll do it by using the interest raised from about $450 billion of Russian assets that were frozen after Moscow invaded its neighbour more than 2 years ago. Most of those immobilised assets are held in Europe. Russia regards attempts by the West to take income from its frozen investments as criminal, but G7 leaders say it sends an important message.
It is a strong signal that we are sending to Ukraine, that we will support Ukraine in its fight for freedom for as long as it takes. It is also a strong signal to Putin that Putin cannot outlast us. It's not the European taxpayers that are paying for the damage that Putin is causing with his war of aggression, but it is Putin. Because it is the windfall profits from the immobilized assets in Europe that are serving this $50 billion loan for Ukraine.
Separately, Japan has also signed a 10-year security deal with Ukraine. It's the first for a Pacific country. And Volodymyr Zelensky says he's been assured by China's president that Beijing will not send Chinese-made weapons to Russia. The Ukrainian leader now heads to Switzerland for a summit which aims to bring peace to Ukraine. Dozens of countries will be represented. Russia was not invited.